Greetings, everyone. Today, I have a truly remarkable and inspiring story for you. One designed not only to enhance your listening comprehension, but also to ignite a spark of inspiration within you. This tale, aptly titled "Nothing is Free," is a testament to the transformative power of dedication and perseverance, beautifully illustrating how unwavering effort and a resolute spirit can fundamentally alter one's destiny. There once was a young man named Leo, barely 20 years of age, living in a serene, humble town nestled amidst majestic mountains. Leo harbored grand aspirations. He wanted to establish his own chain of restaurants and rise as a prominent, successful entrepreneur. However, life had dealt him a challenging hand. Leo's family was grappling with significant financial hardship. His father, Mark, toiled as a dedicated mechanic, while his mother, Claire, meticulously cleaned houses, striving to ensure their basic needs were met. His younger sister, Sophie, a mere 10 years old, adored him, viewing him as her steadfast hero and protector. On a particularly crisp and cold evening, Leo sat perched outside their modest home, his gaze fixed upon the twinkling tapestry of stars above. He murmured, a quiet lament escaping his lips. "Oh, how I long to provide my family with a better life. But where do I even begin when we possess so little, barely enough to sustain ourselves?" The following day, Leo confided his deepest aspirations to his father. Mark listened intently, then let out a gentle sigh before responding. "Leo, understand this. Dreams are not simply given, they are earned. If you truly desire something, you must be prepared to contend for it with all your might. Begin with what resources you currently possess, no matter how insignificant they may seem." Leo pondered his father's sagacious words, letting them resonate within him. Suddenly, a brilliant idea sparked in his mind. He had observed that while the townsfolk cherished fresh bread, they were forced to journey a considerable distance to a remote bakery. He resolved to bring this coveted delight closer to home by selling fresh bread within his own town. However, a significant obstacle immediately presented itself. Leo possessed no funds whatsoever to purchase the initial supply of bread. Undeterred, Leo decided to take a bold leap of faith and approach the owner of the distant bakery, a man known as Mr. Anderson. He undertook a long, arduous walk of several miles to reach Mr. Anderson's establishment. Mr. Anderson was renowned for his gruff demeanor and his deep-seated distrust of strangers. Yet with an unwavering sense of conviction, Leo addressed him. "Mr. Anderson, I have a proposition. I wish to sell your exquisite bread within my town. However, I currently lack the capital to purchase it up front. Would you be willing to extend a week of trust to me? I guarantee I will sell the bread, return your full payment, and retain only a modest profit for myself." Mr. Anderson's brow furrowed slightly, a single eyebrow arching in skeptical inquiry. "And pray tell, young man, why on earth should I place my trust in you?" he challenged. Leo's voice, though respectful, carried an unmistakable firmness. "Because I am utterly determined, sir, and I pledge to work tirelessly to prove my worth and commitment." A heavy silence hung in the air for what felt like an eternity before Mr. Anderson finally spoke. "All right, then. I will supply you with bread for 1 week, but mark my words. If you fail to repay me, do not waste your time or mine by showing your face here ever again." Leo's heart soared with exhilaration. His bold gamble had paid off. At the first hint of dawn the following morning, he diligently carried the fresh loaves back to his town. There he erected a modest stand near the local park. With boundless energy and a radiant smile, he enthusiastically greeted every passerby, announcing, "Fresh bread, wonderfully warm and deliciously fragrant." Initially, people approached with caution, uncertain of the quality of this new offering. But Leo, ever resourceful, offered generous free samples, and it wasn't long before he secured his very first customer. By the day's end, every loaf was sold, and he had earned a modest but meaningful profit. That same evening, he made the return journey to Mr. Tikiter, Anderson's bakery, and promptly settled his debt. The old man gave a curt nod of approval and simply stated, You kept your word. Return tomorrow. From that pivotal moment onward, Leo plunged into his work with relentless vigor. His routine was grueling. He rose at 4 o'clock a.m., walked to the distant bakery, painstakingly transported the bread back to his town, and sold it with an infectious passion. After 2 months of this unwavering dedication, he had painstakingly saved enough capital to acquire a small cart, which significantly eased the burden of transport and allowed him to carry a greater volume of bread. One sunny afternoon, a regular customer offered a thoughtful suggestion. "Leo, your bread is wonderful, and you're an excellent salesman. But have you ever considered baking your own bread? If you did, your profits would surely soar." This intriguing idea instantly ignited a spark of excitement within Leo, yet it also brought a wave of apprehension. He had, after all, never baked a single thing in his entire life. It was in this precise moment that a profound realization dawned upon Leo. Nothing truly worthwhile in life comes without effort, not success, not knowledge, and certainly not personal growth. If he genuinely desired to achieve his ambitions, he understood he must embrace calculated risks and commit himself to continuous learning. The notion of baking his own bread became an insistent thought, consuming Leo's mind. He reasoned that if he mastered baking, he would no longer be dependent on Mr. Anderson's supply, and his profit margins would undoubtedly expand significantly. Yet a fundamental hurdle remained. He simply did not know how to bake. With a flash of insight, Leo decided to seek guidance from the most unlikely source, Mr. Anderson himself. The very next morning, after dutifully handing over his payment, Leo posed his daring question. "Mr. Anderson, would you by any chance be willing to teach me the art of baking?" The old man's brow furrowed into a deep frown. "Why on earth would I do that? If you learn to bake, you'll no longer need to buy from me. That would be detrimental to my own business, wouldn't it?" Leo met his gaze directly and replied with earnestness. "You are absolutely right, sir. However, I am not one to forget the man who extended a crucial first chance to me. Should I achieve success, I promise to find ways to support your bakery in return." Mr. Anderson pondered Leo's words, a rare thoughtful expression crossing his face, before finally conceding. "Fine, I'll teach you. Be warned, baking is not a simple task. It demands considerable time, immense patience, and unrelenting hard work. If you are truly prepared for that commitment, then I will guide you." The very next morning, well before the world awoke, the intensive lessons commenced. Leo, eager and resolute, arrived at the bakery at a staggering 3 o'clock a.m., long before the first rays of sunlight pierced the horizon. Mr. Anderson meticulously demonstrated the precise art of mixing flour, skillfully kneading the dough, and achieving that elusive, perfect bake. Initially, Leo grappled with the intricacies. His hands ached from the strenuous kneading, and his early attempts at bread were either unyieldingly hard or disappointingly soft. One disheartening day, after inadvertently spoiling yet another batch of precious dough, Leo slumped down, a profound sense of defeat weighing heavily on him. He whispered to himself, a pang of self-doubt piercing his resolve. "Perhaps I'm simply not cut out for this. Maybe it's time to just give up." But then, like a guiding light, his father's poignant words echoed in his mind. "Dreams are not free." He suddenly understood that each misstep, each failed attempt, was not a sign of failure but a valuable lesson in disguise, forging new knowledge within him. Giving up, he firmly concluded, was simply not an option. The very next day, Leo returned to the bakery, imbued with an even fiercer determination. He meticulously practiced every single step, paying close attention to every detail, and slowly but surely, his bread began to show remarkable improvement. After 2 intensive weeks, Mr. Anderson, with a rare hint of pride, handed Leo a freshly baked loaf and declared, "This is perfect, Leo. You are ready." Leo was utterly overjoyed, his hard work culminating in this sweet triumph. Leo promptly rented a small oven, transforming a corner of his humble home into his very own micro-bakery. His family watched in awe, deeply impressed by his unwavering dedication. His little sister Sophie eagerly assisted with packing the fragrant loaves, while his mother, Claire, lovingly brewed him tea as he toiled late into the night. Before long, Leo's offerings expanded beyond just bread. He began crafting delectable cookies and delicate pastries. The townsfolk adored his creations, frequently exclaiming, "Leo's bread is truly superior. It tastes better than anything we've ever had." However, the path to enduring success is rarely smooth. One day, a formidable competitor arrived. A new, flashy bakery opened in town, operated by a young man named Eric. Eric's establishment was large and elaborately decorated, boasting vibrant signs and eye-catching displays. Intrigued by the novelty, people's curiosity was piqued, and they began patronizing Eric's shop instead. Leo watched with growing concern as his own sales plummeted. A wave of fear washed over him. What if all his relentless effort and sacrifice were to be undone? Yet instead of succumbing to panic, Leo chose to innovate and improve. He attentively listened to his customers, directly inquiring, "What do you find appealing about Eric's bakery? And more importantly, what can I do to enhance my offerings?" Some respondents commented on Eric's shop being clean and pretty, while others praised his cakes for their beautiful designs. This feedback illuminated a crucial point for Leo. He needed to evolve not merely as a skilled baker, but also as an astute businessman. Utilizing his hard-earned savings, Leo meticulously painted his humble cart, adorned it with bright, inviting decorations, and began generously offering free samples of his new, exquisite pastries. He even went so far as to teach himself the intricate art of cake decorating by diligently watching instructional videos at the local library. Gradually, his dedicated efforts began to bear fruit, and customers slowly but surely started returning to him. One quiet evening, an elderly woman approached Leo's stand, a gentle smile gracing her lips. "Young man, I have witnessed many bright, promising individuals simply give up when faced with adversity. But you, Leo, you persevered. That is precisely why we, your community, place our trust in you." Her profound words resonated deeply with Leo, filling his heart with an immense sense of pride and renewed purpose. Months turned into a year, and Leo's business flourished remarkably. He eventually saved sufficient capital to lease a small shop of his own. Though not as grand or spacious as Eric's establishment, it exuded a comforting warmth and an inviting ambiance. He proudly christened it Leo's Fresh Bakes. Every morning, he would rise before dawn, bake a fresh assortment of bread, and open his shop doors with a genuinely warm smile. His entire family rallied to support him. Sophie, now 11, delighted in chatting with customers, while Claire expertly managed the accounts. Yet Leo understood this was not the culmination of his journey. He yearned to reach a wider audience, to make his family even prouder, and to definitively prove to himself that with unwavering hard work, truly anything is within reach. Leo's Fresh Bakes, his cherished bakery, was steadily transforming into the very heart of the town's community. The townsfolk adored his fresh bread, delightful cakes, and exquisite pastries. His business thrived, and his family swelled with pride at his accomplishments. But as fate would have it, life had yet another formidable test in store for Leo. One tempestuous, stormy night, as Leo was meticulously securing his shop for the evening, he caught a whiff of smoke, then saw wisps curling ominously from within the bakery. He rushed back inside, only to discover a small but rapidly growing fire near the oven. Acting swiftly, he snatched a bucket of water and, with commendable courage, managed to extinguish the flames. However, the damage was considerable. Much of his essential equipment lay ruined. Following morning, as news of the fire spread like wildfire through the town, concerned residents flocked to check on Leo. Expressions of dismay were common. Some exclaimed, "Oh no, what will Leo possibly do now?" While others whispered fearfully, "Perhaps this truly is the end for him." Leo's heart ached with profound sadness, yet his spirit remained unbowed, not defeated. He stood resolute before his damaged bakery and addressed the gathered crowd. "This is merely another challenge, dear friends. I have confronted struggles before, and I shall face this one with equal resolve. I simply will not give up. Taking a deep, steadying breath, he immediately set about formulating a comprehensive plan. He meticulously tallied his savings, only to realize with a sinking feeling that it was woefully insufficient to replace all the damaged equipment. For a fleeting moment, a chilling tendril of fear threatened to envelop him. But then he vividly recalled his entire arduous journey, how he had begun with nothing but an audacious dream and an unwavering commitment to hard work. Instead of wallowing in worry, Leo, true to his proactive nature, decided to reach out for assistance. He sought out Mr. Anderson, who had by then retired from the bakery business, and humbly requested, "Sir, I find myself in great need of your wisdom. What counsel would you offer? What would you do if you were in my shoes?" Mr. Anderson, a genuine smile now gracing his usually stern face, responded gently, "Leo, my boy, you already possess the answer within you. You have, through your own experiences, learned that nothing worthwhile is ever truly free. Work harder, unwavering in your belief in yourself, and others will inevitably come to believe in you too." Fueled by Mr. Anderson's sagely advice and his own indomitable spirit, Leo resolved to rebuild. He wasted no time waiting for external aid or a miraculous rescue. Instead, he immediately began baking again at home, utilizing the scant equipment that had survived the fire. He conveyed a message of unwavering commitment to his loyal customers. "I will not let you down. I will continue to serve you, even if, for now, it's only a modest selection." The townsfolk, deeply moved and inspired by his unwavering courage, rallied around him. Many came forward to offer their assistance. Some generously donated precious ingredients. Others contributed small sums of money, and a dedicated few volunteered their time to help clean and repair the damaged bakery. It was during this period of community support that Leo grasped an invaluable lesson. He understood that when one demonstrates relentless hard work and an unyielding refusal to surrender, people invariably take notice. They are inherently drawn to assist those who actively strive to help themselves. After several arduous months of collective hard work and renovation, Leo proudly reopened his bakery. The new Leo's Fresh Bakes was better than ever. He had painted the walls a welcoming hue, adorned the space with fresh, delightful decorations, and even expanded his menu to include enticing new items like cupcakes and muffins. His loyal customers were utterly overjoyed at its return. On the festive day of the grand reopening, the town's mayor himself made an appearance and addressed the jubilant crowd. "Leo, you are nothing short of a true inspiration to us all. You have unequivocally demonstrated that with unwavering determination, anything and everything is indeed possible." Leo stood before the appreciative crowd, his heart full of gratitude, and spoke from the depths of his soul. "I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you. You have, collectively, reinforced for me the profound truth that nothing in life comes without a price. Not success, not respect, and certainly not love. Every single achievement must be painstakingly earned through unwavering hard work, boundless patience, and relentless persistence. Never allow failure to deter you, for every challenge encountered is merely a stepping stone towards something far greater." From that memorable day forward, Leo's Bakery transcended its role as a mere purveyor of baked goods. It transformed into a powerful symbol of hope and resilience for the entire region. People from neighboring towns began making special trips, eager to meet the young man whose spirit refused to be broken. Leo's inspiring story imparts invaluable lessons, reminding us that 1. Dreams are never truly free. They demand strenuous hard work and significant sacrifice. 2. Failure is not a definitive end, but rather a precious opportunity to learn, adapt, and emerge even stronger. 3. Always strive to help yourself first. When others witness your genuine effort, their support will naturally follow. 4. Never, ever give up, for often the darkest and most challenging moments precede the dawn of success. Ultimately, Leo didn't merely construct a successful bakery. He meticulously built a life imbued with profound purpose, deep respect, and immense personal pride. And so can you. Whatever magnificent dream you hold in your heart, never cease pursuing it with every fiber of your being. Always remember, nothing truly great comes for free, but absolutely everything is possible.